Now, relatives, friends and opposition leaders thronged the city mortuary early yesterday to collect bodies of the slain opposition supporters. According to official records, 29 people succumbed to bullet injuries, with 26 from Nairobi. Nairobi County Commandant Japheth Kome, however, exonerated the police from any wrongdoing. Opposition leaders who were at the morgue condemned police brutality meted upon their supporters.
I cannot appeal to the government. I only appeal to my God to make those people who did that pay thoroughly, because this Kenya has just become tribal and we have seen that the government cannot help us. So we are only appealing to God to speak to the leaders so that they can run this country with fairness and equality.
Which just goes to show that the police are on a shooting spree. And the first thing they are doing when they meet people on the streets during a demonstration is to shoot, to kill them, even without knowing whether this is a criminal or not, or without asking them questions. They meet them and they just shoot them. And this was a young boy who was orphaned years ago, and a total orphan. And this is his uncle who he was staying with and was looking after him. And this is why we are saying all this is senseless killing, total senseless killing.
Well, that wraps up this first part of the show. We'll be taking a very quick commercial break. We'll be right back. And remember, you can tweet me at Mr. Mima, #NewDayKE at Ebru TV. And also you can call in live later on in the show. Give us your views, comments, and feedback. Right now, we'll be going on a very quick commercial break. Please don't go too far. Welcome back to New Day. Remember that it is the first day of December 2017. Today the world is celebrating World AIDS Day. Later on in the show we'll be having an interview on that, just to let you know the impact in terms of like the interventions around reducing the new infections of HIV. So do stay tuned for that. But right now, let's go back to our press preview. Now, the Nairobi County Police Commander denied involvement of its officers in an incident that led to the death of a 7-year-old boy in Embakasi on Tuesday. Nairobi Police Chief Japheth Kome said in a statement Wednesday evening that the unfortunate incident was the work of unknown persons and possibly criminals. So there we have pictures of police being involved in acts of, I think, gentlemen, just looking at this is what we've been talking about the whole week. Must the police be so brutal with protesters?
Well, under the law, they are required to use a certain amount of force.
But is that the amount of force that is required?
That is not the amount of force required for such an incident, because these are peaceful demonstrators. And
then you can clearly see a man there with his arms up in the air, but then you're seeing policemen, like 10 of them with rungus, kicking. Is that part of what they're taught?
It's interesting, and it's actually very sad and heartbreaking to actually watch these particular photos, because this could be you and I out there on the streets. But by the mere fact that we do not have we don't have that uniform and the guns and the rungus, then doesn't mean that you should also use excessive force upon us. Yet we surrender, and so it's very unfortunate that we have the police harassing normal citizens who are in their course of their business, and the denial by the spokesman is also very sad, because we know that there's a procedure.
Right.
There's a procedure
which is currently underway. There's an investigation underway.
Yeah, investigation. Then he jumps the gun and denies any allegations that the police are in fault. And so we can see a lot of ingenuity from the spokesperson, and we can actually see malice and too much is being hidden, or too much protection. He's trying to cover the police, and therefore I might think, my opinion is that there's something that they're trying to hide, and it's all out there in the public domain that the police have used excessive force and they're on the wrong.
Let's take a look at this.
The shooting of a 7-year-old boy at Pipeline in Nairobi has triggered condemnation from all quarters, and now the police has distanced itself from the unfortunate incident. In a statement from Nairobi Police boss Japheth Koome on Wednesday evening, noted that the incident was a work of criminal gangs. Koome also denied having dispatched officers along Outer Ring Road where the incident occurred, saying a security team was instead dispatched at Jacaranda grounds where the opposition National Super Alliance NASA had planned a meeting. Part of the statement reads, and I quote, "There were police operations to deal with routers around Jacaranda grounds and its environs in Donholm, about 5 kilometers away. The unfortunate incident of the shooting is under investigation." According to multiple media reports, the boy, identified as Geoffrey Mutinda, was hit by a stray bullet while playing on a balcony at an apartment block adjacent to Outer Ring Road. On Tuesday, the Independent Policing Oversight Authority launched investigation into the matter. According to a statement read by the head of Communications and Outreach Department, Dennis Okech, IPOA dispatched its Rapid Response Unit to investigate the incident with a view of establishing circumstances of the shooting and, if culpability will be established, ensuring the officer responsible faces the full force of the law. Mutinda joins a growing list of minors who have died in unclear circumstances during political skirmishes since the August 8th general election.